So that was a fucking lie.
Welcome to part 2 of my analysis of the Star Wars sequels. This video will be focusing on the writing aspect of the sequels. Now, we don't know much about what went on behind the scenes with writing, but I'll try and cover what we do know. George Lucas began writing an outline for Star Wars Episode 7 in 2011 before Disney bought Lucasfilm in late 2012. They promptly began to decanonize almost all Star Wars continuity outside the main films. Disney announced that Episode 7 would not be using Lucas's original vision, which would have focused on Leia and her grandchildren rebuilding the Republic and the criminal underworld led by Darth Maul, and instead handed the writing over to J.J. Abrams, Lawrence Kasdan, and Michael Arndt. George Lucas was asked to be a consultant, but stepped away from the project when he saw the direction that they were planning to take it. In 2019, it was revealed that he believed the film lacked creativity and innovation, presumably seeing it as a carbon copy of the original trilogy. He reportedly felt, quote, betrayed by the film. According to Lawrence Kasdan, the writers spent months discussing what to do, but hardly made any progress. They spent only 2.5 years developing the story, according to Kasdan, and began writing the script in November 2013. For context, George Lucas began writing Star Wars: A New Hope in 1971, and went through 4 full drafts before beginning production in 1976. The Force Awakens script was due in January of 2014, and preliminary shooting began in April. These time constraints definitely hindered the writers from focusing on how The Force Awakens would work in a trilogy, and rather led to them focusing it on a standalone movie. This trend continued with the next movie. Lucasfilm did not develop a script for anything past The Force Awakens, so Rian Johnson was allowed to take the film in any direction, with Abrams' approval. There's a lot of confusion over the writing past this point. According to Daisy Ridley, Abrams had written an outline that Johnson rewrote. Abrams denied this. Greg Grunberg claimed that Abrams was so impressed by the script that he regretted not directing it himself, and Abrams later stated that he was, quote, enthusiastic about Episode 8. This is pretty much all we know about the writing of Episode 8. There seems to have been a lot of conflicting opinions, and this film is often credited with ruining the sequels. However, the script was approved by Abrams, and many people were involved in the writing process, so placing the blame solely on Rian Johnson is fairly idiotic. In August 2015, Colin Trevorrow was announced as the director of Episode 9. In 2016, he presented a completed script to Lucasfilm, as well as George Lucas and Mark Hamill, entitled Duel of the Fates. Later, in August 2017, it was announced that Jack Thorne would rewrite the script, and Colin Trevorrow stepped away from the project a month later. J.J. Abrams was announced to be the film's new director, and the story was partially rewritten to suit his vision.